Okay, today we got this Vizio 55-inch. The model number on this TV is a D55u-D1. And usual process when you're plugging in, TV's booting up, the light will turn white, and then after the light turns white, it'll go back to off, and then it is ready to turn on. And the light is right here. Okay, so we'll take our remote. We'll go ahead and turn it on. TV's upside down, just so you know. Try it like this maybe. Okay. We'll turn it on. Light turns white. Okay. Then when it goes out, the picture and everything should be up. And of course, there's no picture, and I do not see any backlight coming through the screen. Usually there's a Vizio logo that pops up right in the middle of the screen, but I don't see a daggone thing at all, no picture or anything. Okay, so let's pull this bad baby apart and see what the flux is going on. Okay, and on this one you can actually see the model number on the side of the TV. Okay, see this D55u-55, meaning it's a 55-inch. So D55u-D1. I did not see the year on the sticker right here with the manufacturer date. So I'm just guessing it's probably manufactured around 2015, 2016. Okay, I think I got all my screws out. Now this one sometimes can be tricky taking the back off for the first time. So you have to kind of like make sure all the screws are out, which I did do, hopefully. Nope, did not. Come on. Just being careful because the actual power button is connected to the back cover via this wire. Okay, right here. Right here. And this wire just connects like that. So they're kind of smart in case you actually yank the back cover off. It's just gonna unclip itself. Right, okay, so, okay, now this TV uses a separate driver board for the actual LEDs. So probably gonna check that first just to eliminate the possibility of it being bad LEDs. I know about this set is usually, most cases, have problems with the main board, especially if it would not turn off. The TV set comes on right with the white light. But when you go to turn it off, it should go to a white light again, I believe, and then shut off, or with a constant white light, I'm not sure. But anyway, so this is the power supply board right here. We have our main board, of course, T-con board, okay, and of course you can actually see the driver boards up under these speaker brackets that is connected directly to the panel, to the LCD panel. But this is the driver boards for the LEDs. As you can see, we have a wire going that way and a wire going that way inside the TV for the right side, I guess, or one is for the top portion, the one is for the bottom portion of the TV. I believe this is still a backlit set. So now on this set, if we look at the plugs, As you can see, we have like, in this one, in this first hole, we have like 4 red wires going into one pin, okay? And the second one, the same way, 4 red wires going to one pin. So basically how you check that is you stick your positive lead into the first pin with the set of red wires, and then these first white ones, these first 3 white ones I believe, or 4, are for that line, and then for the second pin you would actually go to the second set of wires. I think there's actually 7 white wires. The first 3 I check with the first plug, and then the second red plug is go with the last wires. So this is how you actually do that. Put our red wire in the first set of red plugs. Okay. And first wire, 35 volts. Okay. Second wire, 35, and I can see lights lighting up to the back of the TV, to the chassis, the strips lighting up, 35 volts, okay. Third wire, 35 volts, okay. Fourth white wire, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's reading open, so I'm going to the next set of red leads, red plugs. Second pin, there we go again, okay. 35. 35. 35. 35, okay? So no need to check the other one. I did check it already. Both of these set of strips are reading good. So now we want to move on to our plug that is located on the power supply board coming from the main board. Now this plug right here is going to the LED driver board, okay? And this plug right here is going directly to the main board. This is your functions from the, this is your command plug from the main board to turn everything on, and that voltage feeds back to the main board via these wires, okay, to make sure everything else is on, is powered on the main board. So, okay, got a different position here, so I'm going to zoom in on that wire that's going from the power supply board to the main board, and as you can see, there is a legend on the bottom. Okay, 5 volts, 5 volts, 12 volts, 12 volts, all the way up to where it says on off, and DIM, or for dim, and power supply on. So the first thing we're going to check is we're actually going to check our voltages here. Okay, the TV is unplugged now, so I'm actually going to ground my meter. I don't know how good this meter is going to work out. Let me see here. Okay, I got my meter in DC volts. Okay, I'm going to plug my TV in, the power. White light at the bottom should come on. Let me know it's booting up. Yep, there it goes. I'm gonna wait for that to go off. And the first thing I'm going to check is the one that says on off. This is the very top one. That is what's gonna cut on the backlights, okay? All right, so if I go to it now, the TV is not powered on yet. It's just plugged into the AC. It's at 0.004. So it's at 0 volts, pretty much, right? DC volts. I'm gonna grab my remote here, and let's just check everything else while we get it off, right? Just so I can show you. Okay, so we'll start with the 5 volts. We should have the 5 volts, maybe. I don't know if that's a standby or not. So we do have the 5 volts, and let's see the 12 volts. It's actually 19 volts. The TV may be on. I'm not sure. Yes, the TV came on automatically, I believe. Okay. 19 volts. I believe that where it says 12 volts, I believe on these Vizios it's actually supposed to be 19 volts. So And then over here, we should have power supply on. Where it says PS on, the second one from the top, right below the dim. Okay, that is also 0. Let's go ahead and power this on. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it didn't come on by itself. White light. Okay, let's go into 3.7. Okay, now it's on. Okay, and we'll go back to where it says on off. Very top one, and we're still getting 0. Okay, so when I powered it on, the power supply on, which is right here, power supply on. Okay, that's what turns on the power supply. That should go up to 3.7 volts. And let's check the voltage just now. See if we still get a 19 volts. They still get 19 volts, but this on off, that's for the backlight on command right here at the very top, still says 0 volts. So that lets us know that we have a main board problem on this particular TV. Okay, and if we look at the main board, right there, there's a light right here, and half of it's blue and half of it is red. It was all red at first, but I don't know what's going on. That may be an indication of letting us know that the main board is bad, or something on the main board is bad. So let's go ahead and pull it out and see if we can actually resolder or reheat or reball, however you want to call it. This one's getting hot. This one is cool. Okay, that one is warm. This one is pretty cool right here. Okay, so let's take that off, main board off, and see if we can get to those microprocessors, because in most cases, all you have to do is heat them up with some hot air. Put your hot air on about 400 degrees for about 3 minutes, not getting too close to it, and that should do it. Okay, so I got the main board out, and I took my Superman glasses and did a visual inspection. And so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to remove this heat sink that are going over these microprocessors. I think one of these is for the 3D. This is a 3D TV. And this is what, like I said, this was the one that was staying cool, and this is the one that was getting hot. So what I'm gonna do is turn it over. And luckily this shield is not soldered into the board. It has these clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, right, 4, 5, 6. I'm just gonna do my needle nose pliers and just push down on I can see where the tabs are at. I'm just gonna push down on it. You know what, let me get my other glasses here. Okay. And I'm just gonna push, I'm gonna squeeze them and push in until they're kind of like almost out of the hole. I just want to show you that these little things go in. They've got springs on them. Okay, so when you squeeze them out, make sure that you don't lose the spring. I've already lost one. It's somewhere on the floor. So basically what you're gonna have to do is just look at it very closely, because if you squeeze it the wrong way, you're probably going to bend it or mess it up or get it out of shape. So I've got these 3 out right here. And I got 3 more to go. So this middle one looks kind of weird, but I'm going to just squeeze it. There we go. Push it in. Okay. All right. So we got our shield off, and like I said, be careful when you're squeezing these little thingies out. Some of them are still stuck in there. See that? Okay. And so these are our two microprocessors here. They do have some heat stuff on top of it. That comes right up. Okay. So I actually I'm going to try the first one on top, the one that was staying cool. And I'm just going to put my hot air on 400. Make sure that's hot air coming out. Okay. And for about 2 to 3 minutes, I'm just going to heat it up. Be careful not to get too close because you do not want the IC to slide off, otherwise you will be in big trouble. Every once in a while, just kind of pushing it down, because what's happening is there are pins all up under here going all the way across, and what happens is they get bad solder connections up under there, and that most likely is the problem. Okay, I got my main board back on the TV. I didn't put everything back on there. I just want to test it out. If not, I'll do this other IC. But like I said, this is one that was getting cold, so that's the one I'm going to start with, because evidently it wasn't even working after I had the TV plugged up for over a minute or so, right? So what I'm going to do is go back to this plug right here, and okay, got my meter on DC volts. Okay, I got my black wire grounded to the chassis. Like I said, once again, we're in cold ground. Okay, and I'm gonna go to the pin that says on off. That is the very one to the far left. Okay, this one here. Okay, these labels are for this side of the plug, and these are for this side of the plug. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the on off one, which is right here, which actually stands for backlight on off, okay, because there's a power supply on off, as you can see right there on the other side. Okay, so we are getting power supply on off, but we were not getting the on off for the backlight. So this is how I like to do it. I just like to go ahead and put my meter in first. Right, I'm kind of superstitious, right? And see the voltage comes up, instead of just going ahead and firing the TV up and trying to wait for a picture. I'm just gonna do it like this. So first I'm gonna plug in my AC, okay? Got my remote control here, okay? I'm going to hold this one where it says on off. Okay, I wanted to get my, she just says 0, I'll get it situated right here, 0 volts, okay, that's 0.022, okay? I want to hit the power on my remote control, light turns white, voila, 3.1 volts. That is our backlight on command, and as you can see, I have backlights right there. Okay, excellent. Flip her around. Let's see, let's hit menu on the remote. Voila. That's it, guys. We're done. Okay, easy fix, no parts to replace. As long as you have a hard air station, you are all good. I've seen people online saying put the main board in the oven. Please, my advice coming from a TV repairman, do not do that. If you do, I mean, it's so much work involved. Because you're gonna actually, what's gonna happen, you're gonna melt the plugs. Okay, let me turn this off. You're gonna melt the plugs. You're gonna start sticking stuff in there. The plug's not gonna fit when you put it back together. You're gonna start sticking plugs in the sockets. Then you're gonna end up bending the wires. And this has lots of plastic on it, okay? So, yeah, just go ahead and heat up if you got a problem like that where you're not getting a backlight on signal, always heat up the microprocessor just like I did. Especially on Vizio, of course, and LGs, okay? If you're getting the power supply on and you're not getting the backlight on, command or voltage, then go ahead and just, you know, take the heat sink off or whatever you have to do, however it's made, and go ahead and get your hot air and just about 3 or 4 minutes on about 400 degrees, just kind of go around it, kind of put a little pressure on it, because like I said, they get bad connections up under the pins, okay? And matter of fact, while it's on, let me check that 19 volts and see if that's supposed to be 12 or 19 volts. I think it's supposed to be 19 volts. I believe they have it mislabeled. Okay, go ahead and ground that. Where it says the 12 volts, right there on the plug. I think that's actually supposed to be 19 volts, but let's see why it's working, what it's reading. If it's still gonna read 19 volts or not. But that is in DC volts, okay? And I just wanna turn it on right fast. Turn the TV on. Okay, white light is coming on. My backlight should come up. Yep, got backlights. Okay, you can see up under there. Got backlights. And let's just take a look at this 12 volts. DC volts, okay. Yes. So that these plugs are mislabeled on the Vizio, that is actually reading 19 volts. What it says for all the 12 volt sources. Let me check the 12 volt source or pin line on the other side here. And let's see if that's going to be 19 also. I want to shock myself here. Let me see, okay. That's 5. Okay, right? Okay, go up one more. 19 volts, okay. So the plugs are mislabeled. It is supposed to be 19 volts. So if you get one with 19 volts and it says 12 on the Vizio, okay, it's supposed to be 19 volts, so don't worry about that. And all right, guys, so that's it. Appreciate you guys watching. If you liked the video, make sure that you do give me a thumbs up. Check out our new online store. I'll leave the link in the description below, and make sure that you do subscribe. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Big Dog out.